Good afternoon. This is Christopher Jesuit High School. I'm Adrian,
And this is Lynette,
and today we're going to talk about.
the NSA spying. So there's been a president surveillance program that was put by George W. Bush after the 9/11 attack, which was mostly what started this um, issue after the attacks. So many information has been captured, been found by the government officials of people, phone calls. So weeks after the 9/11 occurred, President George W. Bush allowed for the National Security Agency to take information or activity from their citizens, for the U.S. citizens, and like collect them for their researches and find out if there were any terrorists planning to attack and used to stop anything going on.
In order for the National Security Agency to be open to our country, George W. Bush signed the Patriotic Act in year 2001. And yet, this would allow law enforcement to be investigated for terrorist organizations, in which it would allow for them to track down our personal information to see if anyone is tracking down any plans, any info, any suspicious activity around.
So when the news of the NSA spying on its people was exposed to the New York Times in 2005, President Bush then said that this program was a terrorist surveillance program, which meant that the U.S. was going to spy on about 500 to 1,000 people in the United States, with which they thought they were suspects of being involved with Al Qaeda. So this means now that the government has convinced the telecommunication companies like AT&T and Sprint to give up a record of calls of the customers, which included the names, the streets, addresses, and other personal information, which is violating our liberty to do whatever we want. Um, there were also calls made from family members out in and out of town. So we can see now this big issue going on, how important this is to our families and the privacy that we're not having. So in April 2012, the National Security, the author James Bamford said that the NSA had spent over $2 billion to make a data center in Utah to store all the information gathered from the U.S. citizens and investigate them.
Hi, I'm back. My partner Lynette was talking about the Patriotic Act, and I actually agree with it. Why? Because the government should start checking our information. They should start checking our personal information and all, because we don't want to prevent another accident to actually happen in the United States. Like, for example, 9/11. That was a bad example right there because of transmitting plans through the web and everything and all. And if we don't do anything about it, then how is our country going to be known as a free country? As we all know that it's supposed to be like that, with liberty and justice. With liberty and justice, and for everyone in the country to be safe. That way nothing could happen to our country. But I know some people would disagree to this, because why are they checking our information in the first place? That it's like saying that they don't even trust us and all, but pretty much they are actually doing something to prevent nothing to happen to us again, and also for keeping us safe. And that's pretty much all I gotta say. So, bye.